Welcome back to another edition of AP Gov Review videos. Today we have number 41, the budget, a brief intro. So some important terms associated with the budget. Well, first of all, let's start with budget. This is government expenditures or spending in any given year. This is in the trillions and trillions of dollars. Deficit spending is a term you should be familiar with. We'll come back to this guy in a future video, but it is by John Maynard Keynes, and this is when spending exceeds revenue. So when the government spends more than it brings in. The 2016 deficit was $500 billion. And the total debt today, as of this recording, is $19.9 trillion. You can check it out at usdebtclock.org. It's very fascinating. It has all sorts of different expenditures and revenues there. A balanced budget is when the government spends as much as it brings in. So revenues is equal to expenditures. Federal tax is the income tax. This was created under the 16th Amendment, a graduated income tax, which means the more you make, the more you pay in taxes. I remember it because 16 and tax both have an X in it. I know it's kind of lame, but you know what? It works for me. This is the largest source of government revenue. Now, corporate taxes, these are taxes on corporations, and Social Security taxes. This is where employees and employers pay 6.2% on Social Security taxes of their income on these taxes up to a certain amount in the early $100,000 range. And Medicare is also 1.45% of tax. That came in 1965 as part of LBJ's Great Society. This makes up Social Security and Medicare more than 30% of tax revenues, a very large section of revenues. Now, excise taxes, this first was under Hamilton in his financial plan when he proposed a tax on whiskey and other manufactured goods. Today, this includes taxes on gas, alcohol, tobacco, etc. And this is around 3% of federal revenues. Estate taxes, this is a tax on wealth when someone dies and leaves it to perhaps a family member or somebody else. And then also customs duties or tariffs, which were made popular by Alexander Hamilton and my boy Henry Clay here. These were very, very popular throughout American history until recently. This was once the largest source of revenue. Today, it only makes up about 1% of government revenue. Jumping on over to federal spending. Most federal spending is uncontrollable. What does that mean? Well, it's difficult to change because entitlement programs benefit many individuals. So for example, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, these are examples of uncontrollable spending, which you may have more people join this group or be eligible for these entitlement programs. So giving an example, here's my mother. I hope she doesn't mind, but I used a picture of her. She's a baby boomer. She's smack dab in the middle of the baby boom generation. She's going to be 62 years old this year and will be collecting Social Security then. This baby boom generation makes up the largest portion of the population, with more and more people drawing on Social Security. That is an example of uncontrollable spending. Please make sure you are very familiar with Social Security and issues with the elderly people being the largest portion of our population. We're going to see a drastic increase in people taking Social Security and Medicare benefits, which will only draw more money from the federal government. Discretionary spending, this deals with programs such as defense, education, etc. All right, so for some test tips, multiple choice, definitely no deficit spending, and the issues with Social Security, free response, issues with Social Security in the coming years. Be able to explain how the baby boom generation is retiring, more people are eligible, more money will be taken out, and there's concerns about how long Social Security will last. Thank you guys for watching. Look forward to seeing you back here for video 42, making of the federal budget. I will see you then. Thanks for watching. Best of luck on all your exams, and have a good day.